Okay guys, so we're going to be getting introduced with Illustrator today to turn what you've done for your personal logo into something that we can have on the computer. And what we're going to use is Illustrator for this, which is a vector-based program. You may have used some of the other Adobe programs before, like Premiere, if you've taken the Intro to Media class. And so a lot of the tools will look very similar, but because Illustrator is a vector-based program, it is dealing with creating shapes using different anchor points. So let's go ahead and get used to our workspace here in Illustrator by exploring some of our tools we have in our toolbars. I have up here just a basic logo for us to start manipulating. And when I say manipulating, there's two tools that are very key for that, and those are your arrow keys. There's two of them. There's a black one and a white one. The black one is used to move shapes individually, but then we can use our white one. And get used to your hotkeys here. We have V for the black arrow and A for the white arrow. If I were to select a shape and use my white arrow, you'll see that there are blue points called anchor points that pop up around the shape that the way that their handles are situated create the specific curve that you want for that shape. The white arrow allows us to manipulate each individual anchor point by itself, whereas the black arrow takes the whole shape and can manipulate the whole shape. So those are the two different keys that we are going to use the most. But as far as manipulating, and then with creation of a new shape, we've got a few different other tools that we have in our column to the left here. And let's take a look at our geometric shape creation tool. Shift to make a symmetrical tool. Let's say I want to make a triangle. I'll make a square, draw a line through it, use my V for black arrow tool, and I can select both of these shapes. If I take a look at my other tool column here on the right, I've got a myriad of other more fine detail tool options. And one that I use quite often is the Pathfinder. Remember, if you don't have a tool open, you can always go up to Window, drag down, and see that you can have checked which tools you have open on your workspace palette. I have Pathfinder open. I have both of my shapes selected, and one that I use a lot is Divide. Divide it, Control right click, ungroup, and now I have two triangles. Now we start to see that all of these basic geometric shapes can be manipulated, combined, altered to become more complex shapes. So the next thing I can do is, if my logo has some kind of intricate geometric, more complex shape, I can come back over to my Pathfinder, unite these two triangles, and now I've got a shape that maybe would have been harder to draw just by itself. If you have a shape that's more organic, like this basic logo I have that we started with here, there's another option to start creating shapes, and that is your pen tool. Let's go back over to our column here on the left and select our pen tool, and the hotkey for that one I believe is P. So you take your pen and you are able to start drawing whatever organic shape you want, and as long as you connect it back, it becomes a complete shape that can be filled with color or outlined. So this is the beginning of how we start shapes in Illustrator.